Good morning, everybody. This is your boy JR, aka Lone Wolf's Bushcraft Travels. I picked me up some Starbucks breakfast. This is a venti pistachio cream cold brew. Not a sponsor. It'd be cool if it was, but picked me up some Starbucks breakfast. That's kind of cute. They wrote "enjoy" on there. One of my favorite cold brews to go to, the venti pistachio cream cold brew. And some really sweet cold foam on top with my venti pistachio cream cold brew. It's really good. So yeah, lately it's been the venti pistachio cream cold brew. And then of course I got one of my favorite breakfast items from Starbucks. Look at this wrap. It's a bacon, sausage, and egg wrap. So scrambled egg, bacon, and sausage. Starbucks breakfast wrap. It's really, really good. Oh my god, it's hot though. You gotta be careful. I don't know if it's picking it up. Yep, there's some steam coming off there. Woo! Oh, look at this goodness. I gotta show you guys. Look at that goodness. A little steam coming off there. Look at that bad boy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's really good though. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here live, sharing with you guys what I had for breakfast. Oh, it's hot. A little bacon there. Yeah, one of my favorite breakfast items from Starbucks. The bacon, sausage, egg wrap. It's got scrambled eggs, got a little diced potatoes in there. So pretty cool little breakfast. I mean, pretty good sized breakfast wrap. It's got a little diced potatoes in there, little scrambled eggs, a little bacon, and sausage. Oh my gosh, so good. Yeah, the other item I'm going to show you, I actually picked up at a music festival yesterday, but I refilled it with some more lemonade. So lemonade shake-ups is usually my number one go-to spring and summer drink. I love to drink, especially in the summer, a lemon shake-up. So you got fresh squeezed lemons in there, and then I think I saw the guy he probably put in fresh squeezed lemons, sugar, and lots of ice, and then refilled it up with some more lemon juice. That's how they fixed it up at the music festival that I went to yesterday. And then of course I got some homemade lemonade from Aldi's, and I refilled it this morning. I filled it with more. I had some crushed ice bags in my freezer, so I refilled it with some more crushed ice and that homestyle lemonade. So currently here in Midwest Indiana, it's sunny. So sunny with a few clouds in the skies. So blue skies, a little bit of clouds, and it's sunny here. So, and temperature feels pretty good. And it's 10:15 in the morning on a Sunday, and I'm chilling with you guys here on live, enjoying my Starbucks breakfast wrap sandwich. Ooh, hot, hot. I'm making a mess. Some of the best foods are messy. What are some of my favorite messy foods? I like pizza. So I like pizza. I haven't tried the Wagyu burger at BJ's Brew House. I need to try that. on YouTube here, I've been watching a lot of people enjoy the wagyu the wagyu burger has brisket in it, and it's like a mixture of brisket and hamburger, from what I understand. And man, it looks good. The wagyu burger at BJ's Brewhouse looks really good. Mm. Anyways, I hope you guys and gals are all doing well out there. Um, Even when I'm not on here, I'm hoping everyone is doing well out there. It's funny. I'm looking at these. There's a little tiny. I can't really call it a pond, but let me show it to you guys. It's not really a pond, but look at that. See the reeds coming out of the water there? So that's kind of cool. So those also look like the kind that eventually grows those cattails you can use for fire making. They yeah, I don't know I don't know who termed the thing cattails, but out of those water reed like things that come out of the ponds and creeks and little tiny streams like this, I don't know, they're about that long maybe. But anyways, the consistency, they're kind of brown looking, and yeah, you can use them for. It's funny. It's almost like nature's way of a cotton ball, which is funny. Of course, it doesn't look like one, but mm, mm, mm. I'm telling you, if you like bacon, if you like sausage, and if you like scrambled eggs and little diced potatoes, you're gonna love this breakfast wrap from Starbucks. It's really good. Mm. Lately, I've been rewatching a series, the Yellowstone series, and it's been really good. This wrap's been really good too. So the 4th of July is coming up. So I got friends and family for their 4th of July. Some of them live in lake communities. And so later in the evening, the a lot of these lake communities will take their boats out in the evening, and um, they'll go and watch the fireworks uh, shoot across the water and stuff. And that's pretty cool. I did that last year with a lake community, and I'm going to do the same thing this year. Me and my little family are going to attend one of those. Mm. Oh, now my Peruvian messy foods I like to eat is from the Peruvian sandwich place, which is called Don V's Peruvian Sandwiches. It's off of Raymond Street. It's not too far from downtown Indianapolis. Of course, you're driving south away from downtown Indianapolis to go to Don V's Peruvian Sandwiches. When I'm with my wife, me and her do a half-half. She'll order a lechon sandwich. I'll order a lomo saltado. Lechon is like a pork sandwich, and lomo saltado is a steak sandwich. And we'll cut it in half, and we'll each have half lechon, half lomo saltado. So half pork sandwich and half steak sandwich. And then we also order these things called yucas, and Yuccas have a texture. They almost look, they're really long and they're kind of yellow. The yucca is, and inside it has almost like a potato-like taste to it. It's really good. So yuccas are really good. And then there's kind of a tangy, um, it almost has a consistency of mayonnaise, but it has kind of orangey color. It's really, really good. So so we dip that. We take our yucca and dip that in. The yucca is like a potato-like substance. So we'll dip that, and yucca is fried. So we'll dip that in that sauce. And sometimes I'll actually ask for extra sauce so I can put that on my steak and pork sandwich. Mm. I'm almost finished with this breakfast wrap. It's so good. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm. Mm. Such a nice combination. Mm. Mm. I'm telling you guys, that breakfast wrap from Starbucks is really good. Scrambled eggs, little tiny diced potatoes, sausage, bacon. It's a really, really good combination. And I think they price it out fair. I think it's a fair price they have for the. I think it's like six something, but it's a good size. I mean, you guys saw it earlier before I started the live. I know it's about like that. It's a pretty big wrap, breakfast wrap. It's really good, and I'm enjoying my venti pistachio cream cold brew. Oh my god, that's so good. So yeah, my go-to cold brew coffee is from Starbucks venti pistachio cream cold brew, which is really good. It's got that awesome cold foam on top, which is delicious and sweet. But then we can't forget my favorite summer drink, the lemon shake up. This is my favorite all-time summer drink, the lemon shake up. You see the fresh lemons in there. And I was watching them during the music festival yesterday. I was watching him put those lemons in there and squeeze lemons in there, put a bunch of ice in there, and then put some more lemon juice in there. It was really good. Oh my god, so good. Absolute favorite summer drink. And then, like I said, I refilled it back up with more crushed ice and some um, home style lemonade from Aldi's to refill it up. Mm, it's so good. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do as the 4th of July approaches. Go to one of the lake events where you get to go out on the lake for the evening and get to go watch fireworks. So comment down below on this video, either now or later down the road, and let me know what you guys are going to do for the 4th of July. Of course, I'm hoping as 4th of July gets closer, I'm hoping everyone has a safe and easy day during the 4th of July, of course. I was I was doing some I was doing some organizing of my gear, and I was looking at all the really cool folder knives I have in my gear. Uh, I also have a lot of knives that I picked up at the Army Navy surplus store that are a full tang knife. Full tang means, like, if I was holding a knife, like, let's say this is the handle. Full tang means the metal goes all the way through the handle and then to the tip of the knife. So that's what I mean whenever I say full tang knife. So I was looking at my variety of full tang knives. Where I picked up some of the full tang knives has usually been the Army Navy surplus store. The other place I used to get my knives are from the outfitter store, and yeah, those are the two main places. And occasionally I would pick up some knives at Menards. But yeah, the Dave Canterbury store used to be open, but now I think it's gone all. I think they closed that store. Dave Canterbury, I think his stuff is based out of Ohio, but one of his stores, I think, has now switched from being a brick and mortar store to just an online store where you just order stuff online. I don't know what it is about a brick and mortar place. I just love going to an actual physical building. Um, they have an outdoor, they have two outdoor places here, the Academy Sports Outdoor, which I'm not too far from right now. And then the other one is the Sportsman's Warehouse store. Um, the Sportsman's Warehouse is pretty cool. Um, oh, and then Dick's Sporting Goods is the other place I used to pick up knives and tools and different outdoor stuff. So I remember going to an REI store. Once again, that was like a physical store, REI store. And it's really cool. I think I picked up a two-person tent, which was really awesome. In that two-person tent, it had two doors, a front and a back. And once again, it was two-person tent. And it had, when you take off the rain fly, it had mesh, all mesh at the top. So plenty of ventilation when camping with that tent. And so that was a pretty cool tent. And I got that one from REI. And I believe I got that one on sale. And then, if I'm not mistaken, because it's been a long time since I've been to the REI store here in Indiana, if I'm not mistaken, you can join some kind of, it's some kind of surplus club where, and they send stuff to your email if they got some sales about to go on. So sometimes you can pick up some really good gear, especially when outdoor places have something like that where they can send you a quick email if they're going to put some of their stuff on sale. So, and I'm sure if REI is doing that, I'm sure other places do that too. But to me, there's nothing like going and touching the gear yourself, whether you're I don't know, whether you're looking to buy a knife or whether you're looking to check out a tent or get a camp chair. There's nothing like being able to touch sitting in the camp chair, looking at the tent, zippers on the tent. And you can only really get that at a brick and mortar place. You can only get that at a physical outdoor shop. So, and then, yeah, but I know a lot of people love shopping online. And also some of the return things are okay with some of those online things. It's not a problem if you're not happy with what you purchase. So, but like I said, I love it when places have an actual building to go to and you can look at the equipment itself. So, but a lot of online places got video they can show you of their products, but it's just not the same as going to a physical place. But so what I try to do purchases from these physical places so that they stay in business and be around. Um, so yeah, if there's something I need gear wise, I'd rather go to a place like Sportsman's Warehouse or Dick's Sporting Goods and go. But then the Army Navy, man. It's not close to me. I have to drive all the way to the east side, but they got a really good. It's off of Arlington Street on the east side of Indianapolis. So on the east side, they got the Army Navy surplus store. There's a lot of really cool gear, lots of really cool gear in the Army Navy surplus store. Now, some of the gear is used in the Army Navy surplus store, and then some of the gear is brand new. And yeah, just really, really well made stuff, outdoor stuff. So you can't go wrong with the Army Navy surplus stores. And once again, it's a physical place that you're going to checking out stuff. So, and sometimes I've found some pretty good deals, especially on knives and stuff. Now I will say, Sportsman's Warehouse. There's a lot of really cool stuff in Sportsman's Warehouse, but and they will put some of their stuff on sale, and they will have a clearance section there at the Sportsman's Warehouse. But anytime you're buying something there not on clearance, it's pretty expensive. So that's been my experience at Sportsman's Warehouse. But like I said, if anything's been sitting in there for a while, eventually it will hit their clearance section. So when I do step into Sportsman's Warehouse, I head over to the clearance section first to see if there's anything I needed gear-wise that's also in the clearance section. So, but and now there are some unlikely places that do have gear. A place called Ross, and also a place called Marshall's, and TJ Maxx. That surprised me. They had some really cool large and small backpacks at all these different places. I didn't expect to see gear at Ross. I didn't expect to see, especially backpacks and also all kinds of gear bags. I saw it at Ross. I saw it at TJ Maxx, and yeah, I saw it at Marshall's also. So that kind of surprised me. And once again, these were different size gear packs and different size big packs you could wear for camping. So that kind of surprised me. Hey, what's happening? It's Jen. Hey, what's up? It's the Journey channel. What's happening? That's so cool. Morning, morning. Yep, good deals as well. Yep. But to be fair to Sportsman's Warehouse, I probably need to ask, and sales associates at all these outdoor places will let you know. Like in some places, some of the gear comes in on Wednesdays, like in the middle of the week. So I think what I need to do is to talk to the sales associates at Sportsman's Warehouse and find out, try to find out when they start putting stuff on sale. I am a little bit of a gear junkie. Knives and tents are probably my favorite thing to buy gear-wise. I like having different size tents. The only tents I don't buy are one-person tents. Yeah. Shop deals throughout the year. Yep. Oh, Bass Pro. There you go. There is a Bass Pro. Yeah, Bass Pro Shop. There you go, guys. That's a big brand one, the Bass Pro Shop. Oh my God, I haven't gone fishing. Hearing that Bass Pro name makes me realize I haven't gone fishing in a really long time. I used to go fishing with my dad. And of course, my dad is 80 years old, and he don't look 80. I mean, my dad looks like he could possibly be mistaken for late 60s, just starting 70s, and he's 80 years old, so he looks pretty good. But my dad stayed pretty active. My dad biked a lot every day. Plus, my old man's a former Marine, but once a Marine, always a Marine. So I have a baby brother who's a former Marine as well, and once a Marine, always a Marine. I have a big Bass Pro Shop here. All right, cool. My God, just like I said, hearing the Bass Pro name brings up lots of memories. My dad took me fishing a lot when I was a kid, and also when I was a teenager, and also when I was a young adult. We would go fishing. We'd wake up really, really early, like real early, way before the sun come up. And we'd have, of course, the night before, we'd have all of our gear ready to go before we'd go fishing. And then, like I said, the next morning, get up really, really early. We'd go to, we'd go fishing. We'd make sure we had our fishing licenses. So yeah, we fished in public ponds. We fished in private ponds. But yeah, I've had fond memories. I've also had fond memories of camping in Colorado. There was a time, I mean, I was born in Texas. And my mom and brother were born in Colorado. So we stayed in Texas for a while, but we lived longer in Colorado, and that's how I ended up becoming a Denver Bronco fan. So it's because I grew up in Denver. So, but yeah, I have fond memories of my dad taking me camping. I've had fond memories of my dad taking me fishing, and they've already done studies that show it's good for your psyche to be out in nature. So it's so cool, man. I probably were getting all these benefits I didn't know about when my dad was taking me fishing and camping. Tons of benefits from fishing and camping. And you learn to, and of course, with the fishing license, anytime you buy any kind of license, whether it's a fishing license or a hunting license, from what I understand, it goes towards conservation. So that's pretty cool. And I think it was Teddy Roosevelt. Was it Teddy Roosevelt? Anyways, one of the former presidents had purposely, I believe it was Teddy Roosevelt. Anyways, one of the presidents made sure all these national parks got set up. So, thank you so much to a former U.S. president having the knowledge to protect all these wild places so generations could enjoy it for a lifetime. So, that's, cheers to that, former president. So, yeah, we got all these national parks to go and visit and see and experience. Now, I do think on my bucket list is to go to the place that has the big redwood trees. That would be really awesome. Those kind of trees I would call that. Anytime I see a huge, huge tree, that especially that's taller than buildings or taller than most houses, I call those Jurassic Park trees. But yeah, I would love to go see the huge redwood trees. That would be awesome. That's on my bucket list. There's a few things that I've already crossed off my bucket list. I got to go to Cusco, and that's in Peru, South America. And Cusco was really neat. They had it's really high altitude in Cusco. And when we first got there, I tried to sprint up a hill because I was told we were up real high altitude, and I did it just fine. What I'm thinking is, since I used to live in Colorado, I was used to high altitude. So there's an altitude in Colorado as well. Yeah, the redwood forest in California. That's right. That's exactly the place I'm talking about, which I would love to go see. I mean, yeah. Another on my bucket list, which is funny. Now the immediate family, my immediate family has no desire to go to Japan. But my karate that I studied when I was a young man was Shorei Goju-Ryu, and that's based in Japan. Oh, and it's also based in Okinawa. But so I've had this desire to go to Japan also, and I love sushi, so I love Japanese food. I also love Peruvian food. But anyways, my Peruvian Japanese family has no desire to go to Japan, and I would love to go to Japan. I was surprised by Anthony Bourdain is one of my favorite chefs, and I'm so sad when he wasn't here on Earth anymore. Anyways, Anthony Bourdain, um, I guess he had asked a bunch of chefs if you ended up getting, of course, I'm paraphrasing really bad here, but he asked these chefs to name one country if they could only stay in one country or had to stay in one country forever, and the food was really really good, what country would it be? And Anthony Bourdain was shocked that people said Tokyo. So I guess the Japanese, not only they're good at making Japanese food, but they're also good at other genres of food that you can experience around the world. They also make in Tokyo. So so that's on my bucket list, but it's not on my immediate family's bucket list. They have no desire to go to Japan, and I would love to go visit Japan because I also like that culture of respect. Uh, yeah, there's a huge culture of respect in Japan. So, but I also love Peru, South America. So it's so funny. Before I met my wife, I had this desire to go to Ireland and go visit Ireland. And I had some neighbors that just came back from visiting Dublin, Ireland, and they said they had a really good time. My mom's family is from Dublin, Ireland, and I learned from the 23andMe thing. Um, I already knew I was half English, half Irish, um, but I didn't know I have 2% French and German, so that's kind of wild. And I learned that through the 23andMe thing. But yeah, I had this desire to go visit Ireland, but then after, so my mom got to experience Ireland, and I had one of my uncles got to go to Ireland. They had a good time, and my neighbors who just came back from Dublin, Ireland, had a good time. Um, the Irish culture is really interesting too. Irish poem and Irish writings, it's really beautiful, and the way the Irish deal with stuff is pretty awesome. Um, so that alone should probably change my mind about uh, that I probably should go to Dublin, Ireland, especially since my mom's family's from Dublin, Ireland. Anyways, once I experienced travels to Mexico, I just fell in love with Mexico. I fell in love with the food, the culture, everything in Mexico. I also fell in love with the food and culture in Lima, Peru, South America. And so I'm totally, um, yeah, just totally in love with Latin America, man. Oh, I'm looking at one of the comments here. All right. Oh, the Ozarks. That's cool. I watched a show on the Ozarks. Oh, I'm sure there's also some beautiful places in Canada. So, but anyways, I fell in love with Mexico and Lima, Peru, South America. The uh, the food was awesome. The people are awesome in both Mexico and in Peru, South America. Now, granted, I haven't visited all of Mexico. So here's the Mexico places I've been. I've been to Puerto Vallarta, Cancun, Puerto Vallarta, Cancun, Sayulita, Playa del Carmen, Mexico. Cancun's probably the most popular one. So Cancun, Puerto Vallarta, Sayulita, Playa del Carmen. And I've had a great time at all these different places I've been to in Mexico. And then in Peru, in Peru, South America. Of course, obviously, it's been Lima. So Lima, of course, San Bartolo is not too far from Lima. And then Cusco, which is a favorite destination of a lot of people. And then Pimentel, which I did have to take while I was in Peru, I did have to take a small flight to Pimentel in Peru. But what's funny, when I first created this channel, I was doing nothing but bushcraft. And then I fell in love with travel. So that's why I changed it to Lone Wolf's Bushcraft Travels, because I found out I really love traveling. I wish a lot of people, especially people who've never traveled before, I wish they could. Because when you travel and get to know or get to be around in another country, you get to learn what's true and not true about that country. And that's what's so neat about travel, seeing places for yourself. So I really wish more people could travel, because then they could experience that. That'd be really cool. But yeah, once again, as I started this video off, my favorite cold brew, venti pistachio cream cold brew. Enjoyed that breakfast wrap, which had diced potato, hint of bacon, a little bit of sausage, and scrambled eggs. Really cool breakfast wrap. And don't forget my favorite lemon shake up. This is my favorite summer drink. Anyways, I hope you guys and gals are all doing well out there. Here's another comment there. Yep, stay careful with your travels. Plus, sending prayers to you along with your family. Oh, thanks. Same to you, man. God bless. So if you guys haven't, I don't know if you guys can see this while I'm on live, but if you can, go visit this channel here. Yeah. Yeah, go visit this channel right here. So anyways, I hope you guys and gals are all doing well. Once again, thanks for the person that commented down below, Jenny and Joe, or what's that? Joe and Jenny's Journey. Go check out Joe and Jenny's Journey's channel. Go check them out. They were sending prayers my way, and yeah, for my safe travels whenever I do travels, and prayers out to my family. I appreciate that. Appreciate you. Yeah, my prayers go out to you guys as well. And yeah, that's so funny that he mentioned prayer. I was about to wrap this live up, but I want to keep going for a little bit. Yeah, I pray for all of humanity every day. What's that saying? The good, the bad, the ugly. That movie. Yeah, I pray for all of humanity every day, every single day. I even say prayers before I go into work every single day. I pray that all the different places I work at, that everyone has a safe and easy day. And yeah, I literally pray for a safe and easy day each day I go into work. And then on the weekends, I still say prayers for all of humanity. And I like what I brought up to one dude. This one guy was really stressed out about what was happening in the world. And I pointed out the history of humanity. I said, man, there's been things kicking off. There's been things kicking off all the time during the history of humanity. And the guy got to thinking about it. He goes, you know what? You're right. Crazy stuff has gone on for centuries all the time. So, but um, yeah, and I'm sure the people of the world pray for their leaders around the world. Um, I mean, I would love for all of humanity to get along, and uh, or I remember what one person said: if people stop talking, it's way too easy then to start making the other side or to dehumanize the other side. And normally, when humanity goes in that direction, they usually start making the wrong moves. So, but at the same token, each nation has to be careful how they talk to the other nation. Because if you send the wrong signals, I mean, that can pop stuff off too. So, uh, of course, I think it's really important for all the different nations to be honest with one another. Um, I mean, every nation has a right to protect itself. But also, you got to believe the other nations if they say they want to hurt you. You know, so I guess each nation's got to be careful what they say to the other nations, or they could take it the wrong way, or make things go south real quick. But yeah, each society has to decide for themselves how they want to run their society. Um, I liked what Sam Harris said one time. Uh, you know, as a nation, when you're trying to pick what's good for your society, uh, one of the things you got to measure it is: does this provide the best human good, or uh, is this good for your particular nation or society? You got to really put it up against a hard measuring stick, so that way, as a society, you are trying to do the right thing. And well, I didn't know I was going to end my live stream that way, talking about that, talking about one nation's. Uh, but even though I'm just a guy on YouTube, I'm literally just a guy on YouTube, but I have a lot of compassion for all of humanity, like tons of compassion. And sometimes that voice can get really drowned out when, but I can't be the only one in the world that has full compassion for all of humanity. I can't be the only cat. That can't be. Um, I heard a wise holy man once say, the only way to really overcome hate and evil is with a stronger love will conquer that, you know. But I'm also a Second Amendment lover. So while you're loving your neighbor as thyself, you still got to have arms to protect yourself. So, um, yeah. So, um, yeah, every nation has the right to protect itself. And unfortunately, you do have to, uh, especially if especially if you're a nation and you live close to all your other neighbors and they say threatening things, you know, uh, you could end up scaring your neighbor into thinking that you're going to do something you ain't supposed to be doing. So, but that's up to the different nations how they want to do that, how they want to deal with each other. Um, what's that saying? Blank around and find out. Unfortunately, the world. Oh man, it's yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I do remember what the late Robin Williams said. The late Robin Williams said this: the Middle East has a long memory. So that means everyone in the Middle East will remember every injustice that's ever been done to it. So there's another saying that says, those who do not study history are doomed to repeat the past. So and then like I said, the late Robin Williams said, everyone in the Middle East has a very long memory. So, um, and the crazy thing is, supposedly there's a bunch of faith in the Middle East, and all these great, particularly Abrahamic faiths, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. All three faiths profess God. So you would think the Abrahamic faiths would have something common. All three faiths believe in just one God. Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. All three faiths believe in one God. And what's that one God say? It mentions about loving your neighbor. You know, love your neighbor as thyself. And I guess all three faiths have to ask themselves, are they doing that? Are you loving your neighbor as yourself? And so I guess all the nations that have those three faiths have to answer that for themselves. Do I love my neighbor as I do I welcome the stranger? That now that's probably a tougher one. Do I welcome the stranger, and do I love my neighbor as myself? Both are not easy. Love thy neighbor as thyself, and welcome the stranger. The Good Samaritan is a good example of that. The Good Samaritan story. Love the stranger, or be welcoming to the stranger. And I'm not saying those are easy to do. Sorry I got so deep there for a second. Anyways, I hope you guys and gals are all doing well out there. Thank you guys for all the likes, comments, and shares. Thank you for Joe and Jenny's Journeys for hanging out with me here on this live. Yeah, all the peoples of the world. I hope they're all praying for humanity. Yeah, the world definitely needs prayers for all of humanity. So I'll say a quick prayer for all of humanity. Oh God, my God, bring all of humanity together. So I'm going to say this prayer real quick. Oh God, my God, thou hast created me to know thee and to worship thee. I testify at this moment to my powerlessness and to thy might, to my poverty and to thy wealth. There is no other God but thee, the help in peril and subsisting. So thanks for watching this. I don't always end this off with prayer, but seeing the craziness that's happening in the world, it made me compelled to do it real quick. But yeah, I hope you guys and gals are all doing well out there. And yeah, I want to hopefully, man, oh wow, yeah. Hopefully one day the world's nations will start to see each other as brothers and start to be trustworthy partners around the world. Um, yeah. So yeah, keep praying for your country. Say prayers for the United States, but also say prayers for all the countries in the world to at least start heading towards peace, world peace. Because when world peace is going around in the world, and I think there's, yeah, So, I mean, I'll continue to pray for the United States, but I also will pray for all of humanity that they see see the benefit of world peace. Maybe I'll start praying for that. May the world see the benefit of really recognizing each other as brothers and sisters, and that we are living on just one planet that we call Earth here. May all humanity realize they're in the same boat because they live here on Earth. That's the neat thing about someone who's up in space. They see all of humanity already in one spot, which is this place we call Earth. And I know that sounds super hippie-ish. It probably will sound super hippie-ish to a lot of people. But anyways, it's true. If you're out in space, you see all humanity, everyone you love. Of course, yeah. All the world's people are on one planet that we call Earth. So may the Earth, may all of humanity figure a way out to create world peace on Earth, because we're all in this one planet that we call Earth. Anyways, thanks for watching. I appreciate all of you who've got to watch while the live was going on, and I appreciate all of you who will rewatch this live. Anyways, hope you guys and gals are all doing well out there. Thank you so much for all your likes, comments, and shares. And until I'll see you either in the next live or I'll see you in the next video. And I'll talk to you later. Peace. Cheers. Later, Gators. Have a good day, everybody. Peace. Cheers. Later.